Hey, it's Jim. Let's go over the CLE report for Slyman's Tavern in Independence. It's not the one downtown, it's the one in Independence. So, the core truth for Slyman's is that people aren't choosing it for a standard deli sandwich because you don't sell what you think you sell. People choose this place based on the heavy hitting, oversized comfort of a Cleveland landmark. Slyman's is a Cleveland landmark, right? That's why people go there. Remember, this is data taken from reviews, from the reviews of Slyman. It's not an opinion. This is from actual Cleveland customers, thousands of reviews, and this is what they say. So we looked for five patterns in here, and basically the real job that Slyman's does is customers show up hungry and they want the legendary reputation that they've heard about for years. So if you're Slyman's or you're reading this, you know this. But here's what your customers are saying. They say they need to feel like they're getting the real deal without driving downtown. Without driving downtown. There's a lot of people in Cleveland who are scared to go downtown or just don't want to bother with going downtown. They like staying in their little bubble. And that's what people come to Slyman's and Independence for. It's the real deal without driving downtown. That's what you're really selling, not corned beef sandwiches. And you provide a shortcut to the massive traditional meal served by people who actually remember their names. That's another thing your customers have said to you. If you're Slyman's, they really like the fact that your staff remembers who they are. So if you look at the data, what people keep saying is, man, the Reuben's so big, you'll have leftovers for days. They talk great about the waitresses, Amanda and Karina, and they talk about those things. They say service is great. But here's why this works in Cleveland. Here's why Slyman's works. Because Clevelanders value a legacy. We're not afraid to speak up when the meat isn't sliced right, per se, right? In Cleveland, the relationship between the server and the regular is what keeps the doors swinging for a lot of local businesses. And doing right by the Slyman's name means delivering the specific old school feeling of Slyman's every single time, even if it's independence. So it's interesting. You probably think you're watching this and you're thinking, man, it's everyone goes there just for the corned beef. Yeah, that's the big reason. But really, the reviews tell a different story. The reviews say that people don't want to go downtown, and they also say I can get what I want, this old school giant sandwich here. And that's really the thing that keeps people coming back to this place. So there's language that you can actually use, the language that you can actually put on a billboard. If you were going to buy a Misney billboard, if you were going to buy a Lamar billboard, if you broke it down to one sentence, it's huge sandwiches and personalities to match. People like the huge sandwiches and they like the personalities of the people who work there. All right. So if you wanted to make content that makes people feel that, here's a couple post ideas that you could do. You could do a close-up shot of a server carrying a tray of massive sandwiches. You could do another one about a shot of the steam rising off the corned beef, right? So you can have ideas. Now, here are the things that you want to avoid if you're Slyman's. And this is where it comes into the negative stuff. So these are patterns that could weaken what your customers value most. So letting the dining room feel cold or the food lose its temperature before it hits the table. That was mentioned a lot in reviews. Losing the hand-carved quality that people expect from the Slyman's brand. And they also mentioned a lot about overcomplicating the bill with extra fees that distract from the meal itself. So if you're Slyman's right now, you should be reading that and go, man, we really need to take care of making sure that people aren't getting overcomplicated bills. We need to make sure that the food stays hot when it hits the table. Again, read your reviews, people. Read the good ones, read the bad ones. This is data mining at its best. That's all we did is we looked into your reviews and we took what Clevelanders are saying. So if you leaned into one thing, if Slyman's is watching this, the Independence version, if you just focused on one thing this year, it would be the high energy personal connection between your servers and your guests. And you're thinking, man, really? That's what I need to do? Yeah, that's what you need to do. You've already got great sandwiches, great everything. It's the little emotional, personal connection that your customers are telling you. If you can find a way to make your people have a better personal connection between the servers and the guests, you are going to have higher reviews. You're going to have more people coming through your doors. Again, if you don't sell what you think you sell, you don't sell roast beef or corned beef sandwiches. You sell a personal connection that people come in and they really want to have a connection with your servers. Find the right people. Lean into this. Get more of the right servers and forward-facing people that can treat your customers they want to way to be treated. So if you are a Cleveland business and you're watching this and you want to get your own personal review, comes with a one-on-one meeting with me. I will do a personal report for you. There's other samples here on the site. Just go to letsgocle.com/CLE report, and you can learn more about what you get. You get a custom report that I will make for you based on all of your Google reviews. And then you're also going to get a one-on-one meeting with me where I'll do a private walkthrough of the report, explaining what the data means for you and your business. We're going to talk about custom action steps that you can do to tailor your marketing, your message, and maybe changes in your business. And then you're going to be able to ask me any questions about how to overcome some of the business obstacles you have. So just go to letsgocle.com/CLE report and look at other reports and decide if you want to have me come in and talk to you about your business.